So welcome to Mr. Nussbaum Extend. The purpose of this video is to show you how to use my newest program called the Amazing Number Chart. This is a really great program for younger kids who are learning to count, who are learning to count by certain numbers like 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, or any student who needs help using a number chart. I'd say it's perfect for grades K through 3 or 4. So the first thing I'm going to do, and by the way, if you're familiar with Mr. Nussbaum Extend and you've used some of the other programs, the Amazing Number Chart works exactly the same as all the other programs. In most of the programs, other than the games programs, you can use our pre-made number charts, or you can make your own. And that's sort of how the system works with most of the other programs. Well, use ours or make your own. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do is click on the Amazing Number Chart. And you see the interface looks just like all the other programs. So on my To Deploy menu, I have created 2 of my own exercises. When you create your own exercises, you see the little box here will be blue. The number inside the box is my estimation of the grade level appropriateness for it. You can also see here are pre-made number charts. So we have 1 to 100, 1 to 20, 100 to 150, and so on. And so when you deploy these to students and students do these charts, the charts are going to be there with some of the values missing. And it's up to the student to type in the correct missing values. When you make your own number charts, if you decide to make your own number charts, then you can really customize what the number charts look like. But let's start off. Let's do let's deploy a couple of these. So I'm going to deploy 50 to 100. If I was going to do one like counting by 4s or counting by 5s, then the number chart would have 4, 8, 12, 16, etc. missing, and the student would have to type those in. So I'm going to deploy right now 50 to 100. I'm going to click Nussbaum one individual student, so I'm going to deploy it to Gabriel Nussbaum. I could also deploy it to entire classes or multiple students, but I'm just going to deploy it to this one right now. Click Deploy Now, and that is done, just like that. If I was going to make my own number chart, I'd click here. Create your own number charts. And you see I have an interface. I can name this, let's try this Test 3. Let's make it second grade. And say I would start at maybe 100 and 200. So let's see, I could say I want 80% of the number grid to be filled, and that means that for 20% of the number grid, students have to type in the answers. So let's make it 75%. So that means students have to type in 25% of the blocks or the numbers in the grid. I can also specify exact numbers. If I was to click Custom, then I could say I want the following missing values, and I'd say 106, 112, 118, 124, etc. Whatever I wanted. And so I can have scoring happen as the student does the exercise, or only scored at the end. I like to do it ongoing. I think students like immediate feedback. It says the maximum total number of squares allowed on a grid is 200 for obvious reason, otherwise the grid just gets too big. So now I'm going to save the number chart. And watch what happens. So test 3 is right here. So let's bring this over and let's deploy it to Gabriel as well. Now, here goes the spinning wheel. And let's go down and deploy that. And so now for Gabriel, he has these exercises. So let's see what Gabriel sees. By the way, the record book it keeps a record chart of how your students do on every exercise that you deploy, every number chart you deploy, and you can sort this by student or by specific number chart. So let's log out though, and let's see what Gabriel sees. By the way, in that teacher record book, you can see exactly what numbers students may have missed too. Okay. So now click log in. And now Gabriel would click on Amazing Number Chart. And so let's start off with counting by 6. So when he clicks on this, this is the one. Oh wait, actually no. Let's go back. That's not one of the ones I deployed. I deployed 50 to 100, at least here. I deployed 50 to 100, and I deployed test 3. So let's look at 50 to 100. So as you see, Gabriel has this nice number grid to fill out. And I think we made it so that he had to fill out 20% of it. It should be 10. So let's start. So 52. When I move on to the next one, it turns green if it's correct. It's red if it's wrong. Watch. I'll purposely get one wrong here. I'll put 54 there and it turns red. Now, when he submits this, in the teacher gradebook, it's going to show that he missed 53. So let's see how this works. So as you see, I'm doing pretty well. And let's see, I'm done. Fantastic, since you got all the numbers correct. It took me 51 seconds. Now, I sort of got them all correct. On the second try, I got them all correct. But in the teacher gradebook, that little error will be flagged. So in your own teacher gradebook, you can see that a student missed. You'll be able to click on a link that said, what did students get wrong, or what did students get incorrect, and you'll be able to see that. So let's go back one page, and let's look at test 3. And so Gabriel's going to do this one. And this one was 100 to 125, if you remember correctly. Or sorry, 100 to 200. And it works the same way. This is really good work also if you're trying to teach students to count by certain numbers. If you're trying to teach them to count to say, I don't know, if you're trying to teach them to count by 5s, by 6s, by 7s, by 8s, or any number, as you can program these number grids to basically do whatever you want with a number chart. So as you see here, pretty good. Let's just finish this up. It should mirror the same number charts that your students see at, at school, also with 10 per row. Here is 200, and this would have been more standard if I would have started at 101 and gone to 200. As you see here, typically 101 would be here, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, and 110. And all the 10s would be in this last column. However, since I programmed it to go 100 to 200, that's why it appears that way. If I would have programmed it to go 101 to 200, it would be more standard. You'd have the 10s in the right places. So keep that in mind. Anyway, so I got 17, and let's say, I got all 18 right. And this is exactly. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoy the amazing number chart.